Lately, I've been working on renovating the balcony at my mother's house. It's a 30-year-old house, and the outside balcony started falling apart. The roba, the ceiling between the tiles, dried up and crumbled up, and the very edges of the balcony, the concrete foundation deteriorated and started breaking off, and some of the tiles fell apart. And it's a project. I'm preparing it for the winter. And now I got to the stage where I'm trying to salvage as many original tiles as possible so that we can reinstall them. I'm going to have to reset the sand foundation on top of the concrete foundation and then put some more wet concrete on top with some ceramic glue that I rub at the bottom of the tiles and then press them down and, make sure that they're straight and flat and seal it off with, the new roba. But I have to use good tiles. I have to use tiles that are clean. I can't take the tiles with the old remains from the dried up concrete and stick them back in, because that way they wouldn't be flat. I have to use fresh concrete. So what I do is when I break them off from the balcony, they have all of that dried up concrete at the back of them. I take a hammer and a chisel and I look for cracks. Any small cracks I can find, I put the chisel and I start tip, 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 tip with the hammer in order to cause a separation between the tile and the dried up concrete. And whenever I get a small crack, it turns into a bigger crack, and before you know it, tap, 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 the whole piece of concrete just falls off, and I have the tile clear in its original state. But it doesn't always happen. Sometimes the glue between the tile and the concrete is so strong, I tap, 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 and what happens is the tile breaks. And that's not good. Because what it means is that the tile held on so strong to the concrete that it actually gave up before the concrete. And isn't that interesting? Because I was thinking of these spiritual implications of it, and what does it mean? The old nature, the old man. We do not put new wine in old wineskins, new teachings in old behavior, new wisdom in old way of thinking. This is what the Torah teaches. This is what Yeshua taught. You have to let go of the old ways, of your concrete, in order to receive the new teachings. He told his disciples, be careful of the chametz of the Pharisees. A little leaven leavens the whole loaf. See, what is concrete? All mixed up and permanently set. Hard. You're not going to change it. You can only change concrete when it's wet. Shape it, mold it, do with it as you will, but once it's dry, it's like rock. Only thing you can do is break it apart and throw it away. Nothing you can do with pieces of concrete, really. So the question is, are you a good, strong tile that is willing to let go of the old, dried up concrete? When the Lord takes his chisel and separates you from your past, from your sin, from your habit, your traditions, your man-made religion, are you willing to let that go? Or are you going to break in the process? That's the whole story of the precious, isn't it? Let go. Because the precious will be destroyed. The concrete is going in the trash. Question is, are you going with it? Is it so important for you that you cannot let it go? That was the test with Abraham and Yitzhak, wasn't it? I'm gonna see if I can put that chisel in between the two of you. See if you're willing to let it go. You're willing? Okay, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna take your son. I was just testing you. That's fine. You can keep him. It was a testing of the will. And Papa does it all the time. See, the problem with so many, they get attached to the thing instead of the one who gave the thing. The blessing instead of the one who gave the blessing. The old ways, the ways of the flesh, and that's not even necessarily a blessing, there's many different ways you can interpret this, but when you come to the Lord to be born again, it's exactly what it is. You have to be born again, let go of the old concrete. You have to separate yourself, to become set apart, holy. You no longer dress as you used to dress, talk as you used to talk, listen to the songs you used to listen to, watch the movies you used to watch, hang around the crowd. You change everything about you. Sure, it's not all at once, but it's a process. The daily renewal of your mind, the daily chiseling of the concrete that's on your back, until you've become completely lean and refreshed, ready to be used again for the construction of something new, the Word of God in you. No longer a man in the world, but a man of the Lord. And that's the story for all of us. And it's funny how the Lord can teach you anything, uses anything or nothing at all. Everything it is belongs to God, which is why anything can point and does point to Him. Doesn't matter what it is, if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, you will hear and see. God is in everything, but everything is not God. There is a touch of Him. There is a portion of Him, but He is not the creation. God is not the universe. He is not the cosmos telling you something. The universe sent you. No, the universe is just atoms and molecules. It's not an ethereal being, conscience, decision-making. You bunch of rebels. Can't even give God the glory. The one who put breath in you, gave you life. But that's okay, because just like that old dried up concrete, you too will be thrown in the furnace.